Gopi-gita Verse 1. Gopya ucha
जयति तेऽधिकं जन्मना व्रज श्रयति इन्दिरा श्वाश्वतत्र हि दयितदृश्यता दीक्षुस्तावका त्रैधिता शव
The gopis say, O most beloved, because of your birth in this land of Braj, the entire area has become more glorious than Vaikuntha and other planets. It is for this reason that Lakshmi, the goddess of beauty and wealth, eternally decorates it with her presence. O beloved, in this beautiful land of Braj, it is only we who are not happy. We maintain our lives solely for your sake, being extremely anguished in separation from you, and are wandering from forest to forest in search of you. Therefore please appear before us now. Bhav Prakashika Vritti, the commentary that illuminates the mood, by Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur begins his commentary on Gopi-gita by offering prayers unto the lotus feet of Srila Sanatana Goswami, Srila Sridhar Swami, and all the self-realized acharyas in our disciplic succession, from whom he has received his transcendental moods. He also prays to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Sri Krishna himself, covered by the mood and lustre of Srimati Radhika. Srila Chakravarti Thakur states that one cannot know the confidential sentiments of Gopi-gita without receiving the mercy of the gopis. He therefore prays to Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Krishnas Kaviraj Goswami, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, and all the other acharyas, first in their forms as sadhaks, and then in their siddha forms, their perfected forms as gopis. In Madhurya Kadambini and Ragvartman Chandrika, he has explained that we should gradually approach a level of bhakti whereby we may practice bhakti in both our sadhak roop and siddha roop. He prays for the remnants of these acharyas, who are the very gopis who joined the Ras dance. In other words, he humbly prays for their sublime moods to enter his heart. In truth, his heart is already imbued with their moods, and therefore he is able to reveal the wonder of the verses of Gopi-gita in an astonishing way. Following his auspicious invocation, Srila Chakravarti Thakur begins this explanation on Gopi-gita. The autumn Ras Leela, called Saradiya Ras, is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. It transpired in Vrindavan's Vamsivat, a vast forest where millions of gopis gathered to dance with Sri Krishna. At that time, Vamsivat looked completely different from the way it does now, for the branches of the massive banyan tree, Vata, under which Sri Krishna played his flute, Vamsi, spanned a vast area. In his commentaries on the previous chapter, Srila Chakravarti Thakur described the gopis' search for Krishna after he left the rasa dance. They sought him everywhere, in every cave and kunj of Braj, and despite feeling overwhelming helplessness when their attempts failed, they continued their search. Finally, they came to the enchanting bank of the Yamuna river, where they became fully immersed in Sankirtan, a soulful entreaty to Sri Krishna by singing his names and pastimes, in the form of this Gopi-gita. They wept as they sang, certain that only Sankirtan of this kind would ensure Krishna's return to them. The unique feature of this age of Kali is the extraordinary result of Sankirtan, its practitioner weeping in a mood of separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or from Sri Krishna and the gopis, and yearning from the core of his heart for their darshan, will certainly receive their mercy. Krishna never fails to manifest himself to such a devotee. Each and every verse of Gopi-gita contains the two distinct moods among the gopis, submissive, dakshinya, and contrary, baumya. And Srila Jiva Goswami illustrates both moods in the commentary. The gopis whose natures are submissive, such as those of Sri Chandravali's group, express the feelings of their hearts openly and directly, whereas those whose natures are contrary, such as Srimati Radhika and the gopis in her group, communicate their emotions indirectly. There are 4 groups of gopis: Swapaksh, Surit, Tatashta, and Vipaksh, each with different degrees of submissiveness and contrariness. Although the words of the gopis in the different groups are ostensibly the same in the verses, the meanings and moods within each verse are diverse. While Srila Shukadev Goswami hid the various deep purports of these verses as he uttered them, they were later explained in the commentaries of our acharyas. For example, Srila Shukadev Goswami describes how, as the gopis sing with tears gently rolling down their cheeks, they beseech Krishna to place his lotus hands or feet on their heads or on their breasts. These verses are sung by all the groups of gopis, but the meanings behind them differ. An example of the mood of non-compliance expressed by the gopis in Srimati Radhika's group can be seen when Sri Krishna met with them just before Ras Leela began. Actually, we have not come here to meet with you, they say. We have come to this forest tonight only to behold its beauty when lit by the gentle rays of the full moon. We know that you are a very lustful male, but you should know that we are chaste young women and have vowed firm faithfulness to our husbands. We cannot delay here for a single second. You are trying to fill us with fear, telling us that the night is fearsome and wild beasts are roaming about, but we know this is not true. In an attempt to lure us to stay here, you implore us in various ways, but we do not care to hear your pleas. Because every verse of Gopi-gita contains the mood of both the submissive gopis and the contrary gopis, each verse can be explained according to the direct meanings or the indirect meanings. Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur reveal this in their commentaries. Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur give the example of this first verse of Gopi-gita to indicate a poetic speciality found in several verses. Each of these verses consists of 4 lines, padas, and the first and 7th syllable of each line begins with the same letter. For example, in the opening line of this verse, Jayati Tedikam, the first syllable starts with the letter J, and the 7th syllable also starts with J, Janmana Braja. In the next line, the first syllable is S, Shrayata Indira, and the 7th syllable is also S, Shashvat Atrahi. Daita Drishyatam and Dikshutavakas both start with D, and Tvai Dritashyavas and Tvam Vichinvate both start with T. The learned poet Vopadev has described such literary devices in his famous scholarly treatise Muktafal. Vopadev is also known as Leela Suk, as is Shukadev Goswami, the Suka parrot, who recites the Leela, the transcendental pastimes, of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. Some say that it was he, and not Srila Vyasadeva, who wrote Srimad Bhagavatam, but this idea is incorrect. Our acharyas have informed us that Gopi-gita contains many such specialities that will be revealed to us as we contemplatively study its verses. We will now proceed to look carefully at the meanings, both general and hidden, of the various words and phrases in this first verse of the gopis' appeal to Sri Krishna. The gopis sing, Jayati Tedikam Janmana Braja. Jayati means to become glorious or victorious. When we call out, Gurudev ki jai ho, Govindaji ki jai ho, or Tulsi Devi ki jai, we are expressing our hope that they will have victory. The victory of one party automatically implies defeat of the opposing party. He who is conquered is captured and imprisoned by the victor, and having come under his full control, is bound to carry out his every order. The heart and mind of a conditioned soul are in battle with Sri Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas, Vrindadevi and all other transcendental personalities. A conditioned soul who aspires to be a devotee laments his condition and prays, My uncontrolled heart and mind are like demons, and therefore I have no desire to serve Krishna, Guru and Vaishnavas. Gurudev ki jai actually means, O Gurudev, please conquer my rebellious heart and mind so that they have no choice but to obey your every command. O Gurudev, having conquered my heart, do as you please with me. Make me your servant. Make me yours. Jayati Tedikam Janmana Braja. The words Adikam means exceedingly. The gopis tell Krishna, O most beloved Krishna, Dayita, your birth in this land of Braj has made it exceedingly more glorious than Swaga, heaven, or Brahmaloka, the topmost heavenly realm in this universe. What to speak of the heavenly planets? Braja has become even more glorious than the spiritual realm of Vaikuntha. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments elsewhere that if Srila Shukadev Goswami had been in external consciousness when he spoke this verse to Parikshit Maharaj, he would have tried to please him by stating that Sri Krishna took birth in Mathura. Parikshit Maharaj was born in the dynasty of Krishna's relatives in Mathura as the grandson of Krishna's cousin Arjun, and therefore he would be most pleased to hear about Krishna's intimate relationship with Mathura. But here, Srila Shukadev Goswami did not say that Krishna was born in Mathura. Absorbed in internal consciousness, he revealed the actual fact by the words Janmana Braja. This statement of the gopis emanating from his lotus mouth is the most substantial evidence that Krishna indeed took birth in Gokul in Braj. Shrayata Indira Shashvadatrahi. The gopis continue, because you have taken birth in Braj, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, also known as Indira, has left Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha and has come to serve you here in Vrindavan. From the time you were born, she has been sweeping and decorating the residence of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, and serving Giriraj Govardhan, Kamyavan, Varshana, Charnapati, the banks of the Jamuna, and all the narrow passageways and kunjas of Braj in the same way. She does so because she wants to serve the places of your divine pastimes. Braja is not only more glorious and opulent than Vaikuntha because of the beauty of Lakshmi's decorations, but it is more glorious in wealth and in every other way. Brahma Samhita 5.43 confirms that although Vaikuntha, Haridham, is more glorious than all other realms, Golok is still superior. Golokanamni nijadamni tale chatasya Devi Maheshariyadam ashuteshu teshu. The material world, Devadam, is located below all other realms. Above it is the abode of Lord Shiva, Maheshdam. Above Maheshdam is Lord Narayan's abode, Haridam, and above all of them is Krishna's own abode, Goloka. In this first verse, the gopis uttered the words Braja and Atra, which mean here in Braj. Thus, another reason Braj is more glorious than Vaikuntha is that Krishna took birth in Braj. whereas no one takes birth in Vaikuntha. These words also indicate that Sri Krishna's birth in Braja is not the sole reason for its glory. The word Braja also means that which moves around, and by using it in this verse, the gopis imply, in Braj you wander freely, running and frolicking here and there as you perform your countless loving pastimes. You cannot do this in Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha you have no parents, whereas here in Braj you are the son of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mai. Moreover, here you honor numerous persons as fathers and mothers. You are not satisfied with just one mother and father. This truth is illustrated in the pastime of Lord Brahma stealing Krishna's friends and calves. When Brahma stole the cowherd boys and calves, Krishna manifested himself as all the cowherd boys and tasted the parental love of many fathers and mothers. He also manifested himself as all the calves, and thus millions of cows became his mothers. His appetite for parental affection was still not satiated, however, and therefore he went from door to door, playfully stealing butter and yogurt from each house in order to elicit further motherly love from the elder gopis. Sweet pastimes such as these never take place in Vaikuntha. In Braja, Sri Krishna takes the cows out to graze in the forests and pasturing grounds, whereas no such pastime occurs in Vaikuntha. In Braj, he plays with unlimited cowherd boys, but in Vaikuntha there is no sporting with loving friends. In Braj, millions of Lakshmis, gopis, participate in Rasa Leela, while in Vaikuntha there is only one Lakshmi and no Rasa Leela. In Braja, there are endless forests and other places of enchantment, whereas in Vaikuntha we do not see such beautiful places. It is not described anywhere that Vaikuntha has fragrant flowers comparable to those in Braj, either in the forests or in the Yamuna River, or on Giriraj Govardhan. For these reasons and more, Braj far exceeds the excellence of Vaikuntha. Shrayata Indira. As mentioned earlier, Indira is another name of Lakshmi, the beloved consort of Lord Narayan. The word Indira refers to both wealth and the goddess of wealth, Sri Lakshmi, and the gopis thus indicate that both are present in Braj. They say Brahma, Shankar, Shivji, and all other demigods worship Indira, the mistress of Vaikuntha, in order to receive her blessings. Yet in Braj, this queen of Vaikuntha takes it upon herself to perform countless menial services. In truth, it is not possible for Lakshmi Devi to enter Braj, but the gopis speak in this way because they are intoxicated with prem. They are simply describing Vrindavan, which is so sweet and fragrant, that Vaikuntha, the realm of majesty and opulence, cannot compare to even a particle of its dust. This is the purport of their statement, Shrayata Indira Shashwadatrahi. In the madness of prem, the gopis continue. In Vrindavan, Indira is always present and continually giving her abundant blessings. Thus all the Brijabasis, including the birds, animals, creepers, trees, as well as the men and women, both old and young, sink deeply in the ocean of bliss. In the midst of this boundless happiness, we gopis alone endure unbearable heartache and weep. No one in the past has ever felt the distress that we feel now. At present, no one is as distressed as us, and in the future, no one will ever be as distressed. Often someone says, "You gopis are dearer to Krishna than anyone else, and we also consider ourselves to be so. Why then have you left us weeping?" This we cannot begin to understand. We implore you to return and delight us all. We are your gopis. You have accepted us as your very own, and we see ourselves as yours. Tavaka. It may seem that this verse, which expresses the words, "We are yours," is spoken by the gopis in Chandravali's party. Ordinarily, Srimati Radhika and the gopis of her party never feel they belong to Krishna, and thus never speak like this. Rather, they see that Krishna is rightfully theirs. Yet a careful analysis of this verse reveals that in the anguish of separation from their beloved, Srimati Radhika and her gopis may speak like this as well. The word drishyatam has two deep meanings, both of which are hidden. According to one interpretation, drishyatam means please come before us so that we can see you. Alternatively, according to another interpretation, it means you must look at us and see us just once. We pray that you will. Krishna asked them, "Why are you praying to me in this way?" "Because we are dying," the gopis reply. "Why are you dying?" "Because you have not seen such gopis as us. You should see us and thus make your eyes successful." "Why?" Krishna says. "Seeing us will fulfill the purpose of your having eyes, and you will consider, 'Oh, I have never before beheld such a wondrous sight.'" In a previous chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10:21-7, the gopis expressed this same mood in their glorification of Krishna's sweet flute song. At that time they told him, "The eyes of one who witnesses you casting sidelong glances at us, as our eyes simultaneously perform archan of you, are fully successful. You wistfully gaze at Srimati Radhika as she plays your bamboo flute and looks towards you with sidelong glances. As these glances strike and bewilder you, you nearly fall to the ground in a faint. Your peacock-feathered crown totters and falls, and your yellow shawl slips as well." Now again, in Gopi-gita, the gopis tell Krishna that by seeing them, he will make his eyes successful. To this he replies, "What is so special about seeing you today? I can see you tomorrow, or the day after, or at any other time." "No," the gopis reply. "Our youthful beauty may leave at any moment, never to return." It is written in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's kirtan named Sri Radha Krishna Vignapati, verse 6, "Ebe Krishna ki habe upaya." Absorbed in the mood of the gopis, he indicates, "Today we are fit, lovely, sweet, and beautiful to the extreme, and our bodies are soft and fragrant. But this youthful splendor can leave us at any time. It may be gone by tomorrow." The last word in this verse is vichinvate, which means search. The gopis tell Krishna, "We have been searching for you, overwhelmed by unendurable separation." "Why are you searching for me?" Krishna asks. "Only to show ourselves to you," the gopis reply. "No one in this world is as beautiful and sweet as we are. If you see us just once, your eyes and you yourself will have attained full success." Krishna questions further, "Why do you speak like this?" "We have accepted you to be our very own," they say, "and you have taken us to be yours. So we are feeling pain for you, not for us. Soon the most precious treasure of our incomparable youthful beauty will be gone, and if we have not shown that beauty to you before it disappears, we will die. We are yours, but you have not yet seen us. This is why we are feeling such intense separation from you." "You have all become mad women, unmadini," Krishna replies. "Why else would you speak in this way?" There is a world of difference between the madness of an ordinary person of this world and the unmad of the gopis. The heart of a mad person is completely empty, whereas the unmad that takes place in the hearts of the gopis is caused by waves of ever-fresh, transcendental love for Krishna as it rises in their hearts. "If we have become mad women," the gopis say, "you are fully to blame, for it is not our fault. It is you who have made us like this." Krishna asks, "If you are actually suffering, and feeling as much separation as you say, why are you not dying? Because of you, they reply. We nearly die, but we cannot die. We are simply floundering. Chatpat, chatpat. Krishna then points out that in reality, true prem cannot exist in all the 14 planetary systems created by Brahma. One who really has prem dies at once. Even if one who has it does not die, he becomes mad and useless in this world. So how is it that you remain alive? The fact that you are still living is conclusive proof that there is no prem in your hearts. The gopis reply with the word Dritashva. Drita means sustained, and Ashva means life heirs. If we could die, we certainly would, they say. But we have either given our life to you, or you have stolen it. In any case, our life heirs are pleasantly residing in you, and that is why we do not die. It brings you full satisfaction to see us burning in the fire of separation and sorrow, and because our life heirs reside in you, they also feel complete happiness. Had they been in their own bodies, our life heirs would have been burnt long ago. Your sole purpose in going out of our sight was to see us suffer. Our suffering is what you want. This is what pleases you. If we were to die, you would receive no pleasure at all, for no one can suffer on your account as we do. As most of Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary on this verse is similar to that of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, I will discuss only the specialities of his explanations. Srila Jiva Goswami explains the gopis' use of the word Dayita, which has several meanings. One meaning is beloved, and another is full of mercy. The gopis say, the pangs of separation we are feeling from you are unbearable. With these words, they imply the second meaning. Seeing us in this condition, you should be merciful to us, for you are Dayita. You possess the treasure of mercy, Daya. He gives yet another explanation of the word Dayita, which he took from the poet Shiraswami. Dayita Chittam, Adate iti Dayita. One who takes another person's heart is called Dayita. According to this meaning, the gopis utter this word to imply, you are Dayita, because you have taken our hearts. Please return that stolen property now. Dayita also means lover, and one who can give up everything for his beloved. Srila Jiva Goswami explains that as the gopis sing this verse, they weep so that Krishna will hear them and bestow his mercy upon them. Mercy especially comes to those who bitterly weep for it in this way. A child who cries with full feeling evokes the mercy of his parents, who stop everything and attend to his needs. The gopis do not sing their song of longing within the forest, where the trees and mountains would have obstructed the sound of their voices. They have come out of the forest and are sitting down on the bank of the Yamuna. Now, wherever Krishna might be, he would hear them weeping, and certainly he would be unable to check himself from coming before them. The first verse of Gopi-gita is the gopis' Mangalacharyan, their auspicious opening, and as their song continues, the extraordinary sweetness of their moods continually increases. Throughout the rest of their song, they will speak astonishing verses full of sublime hidden meanings, and the person hearing or reading them will be able to grasp the purports in accordance with his realization or qualification. By absorbing oneself in internalized devotional practices, bhajan, these meanings are revealed in one's hearts. For a pure devotee, fresh realizations of these verses come to him every time he reads them. On one day, certain profound meanings come into his heart, and a few days later, even more meanings and moods are revealed to him. At first sight, it may seem that these verses can only be explained in one way, but exalted, self-realized devotees of Sri Krishna who are constantly engaged in relishing service to him are able to derive the verse's many deep imports within their hearts. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is experiencing such ever-fresh moods, and in fact, no one can realize and explain this subject better than he has. This concludes verse 1 of Gopi-gita.